Welcome into the DML Network. It's your boy XPERT, and we got another episode of the bye week. This week, it's Bruce, and those 49ers. What's going on, my guy?
Oh, man, not much, X. Thanks for having me on.
Hey, man, glad to have you on the show. Let's talk 49ers bye week in week 5. You start the first 4 games 3-1. Is that the start you expected looking at your schedule?
Yeah, to be completely honest, I knew I had a tough one when I had to play you. So I'm happy with the results I got so far. 3-1 is good.
And you go into the bye week, beating really 2 good teams. If you look at the way the Panthers have been playing, the way the Bucs have been playing, you had a tough matchup that week 1 versus the Cowboys. Just some things just didn't go your way. Madden kind of got you a couple times, but you came back out after that loss. And you really turn the offense, maybe not turn it around, but just control the football with your offense, knowing that your defense can just ball out with the guys you got over there. You gave up 17 to a very good Bucs team, but then you blanked the Panthers 58-0. You blanked the Cardinals 16-0. Do you look for your defense to kind of set this team up to make you successful?
Yeah, for sure. I think I've been here 3 cycles now, and most people know me as a defensive-minded user. And this year in particular, especially, I'm struggling bad with Carson Wentz, not doing well at all in these first 4 games. But the defense has been scoring for me. I think we might even have blocked the punt this year. So defense and special teams is what's carrying us so far, for sure.
Yeah, you blocked the punt versus the Cowboys in week 1. For a touchdown, I believe. You had me backed up at the 1-yard line. But you mentioned Carson Wentz, and let's just start right there. You get Carson Wentz on the roster. He just hasn't lived up to your expectations. At 89 overall, he's got all the attributes you can think of. Why is he struggling so much?
I think I can attribute that to a couple bad throws, using our game as an example. I made a couple of bad decisions, but also you saw in that game that this man was missing drags. And that's kind of been the consistent theme through the first quarter of the year, man, is he misses a lot of easy throws. And we have weapons around him. With Ayuk hit a 90 overall, we picked up Amari Cooper in free agency. And then we also made a trade with the Panthers to go get Curtis Samuel. So he does not lack weapons. Honestly, I just think he's programmed to be trash. And that's what we're getting at right now from the output at the quarterback position.
Yeah, you talked about weapons, but you got aging weapons on this offense. Leonard Fournette in his 8th season, Alvin Kamara in his 8th season. You talked about Amari Cooper, who you picked up in free agency, going into his 10th year. Curtis Samuel in his 8th. I mean, just a lot of veteran guys on this team. Does that worry you as you start to think about getting prepared for high stakes, knowing the age you have on offense?
To be honest with you, it's not at all. What my style of football is kind of control the ball, play good defense. If you look at my defense is pretty young. So I'm kind of just riding that wave. I have a couple of young pieces in place, building up a running back that I drafted this year that's a hidden development. He'll be one of my guys, and also Josh Reese will be as well. But definitely older on offense, got to get younger. A little bit worried about it, but it's not going to stop this team from making the playoffs in high stakes.
You talked about that young defense, and let's start right there at the defensive end position. Mr. Chamberlain, what has this guy meant to this defense?
And, he's meant everything. I want to say he might have 6 sacks now at the quarter pole. He's been an absolute steal at the position. I was really upset during the draft that I want to say it was the Bears that drafted Junior Watson. That was the guy we had on our board. He was number 1. He got taken, and we kind of had to go to our 3rd guy on the board. I had to apologize to him when he got in after training camp after seeing what this kid had. And I just sent a thank you message to the Bears GM. Thank you, Solomon. I appreciate you, big dog. Because Chamberlain is already a leader on this defensive line.
Yeah, and let's talk about the rest of that defensive line. You got Roman Cleary playing the other defensive end, the young kid out of TCU who's just quick off that corner. And then at defensive tackle, you got Tyler Wilkins. his second year out of Oregon. Very young group on this defensive line. As you progress, as we get closer to high stakes, how good can this defensive front three, front four be for you?
In my opinion, X, I'm thinking this defensive line right here that we got can definitely in the NFC be in the top 3 or top 4 defensive line groups. Obviously, the goal is always be number 1. And I really think from a pass rush perspective, we can get there. Stopping the run, it's kind of been what these guys have been struggling with, but we're working on it. We're building them up, and we'll see where it takes us.
You step and look at your linebackers. You got a veteran group there, very fast group. Is that the top position when you look at youth on your defense? We got to start bringing some guys in to get ready to take these veteran positions.
Certainly, more so than anything at the linebacker spot. That's pretty much our objective this next draft is to find a couple linebackers in rounds 3 or 4. Because usually, you know how it goes in the DML. Linebackers kind of go pretty fast in here, especially this year. There's a lot of 90-speed linebackers each draft. Those guys are going to be gone. So, like you mentioned earlier, offenses definitely has to get younger. So, first 2 rounds, that's where we're going. The rest of the draft, we'll be trying to get younger at linebacker for sure.
Are the 49ers in the trade market right now?
Oh, always, man. If you look on any roster across the DML, you probably see a 49er that probably should, you might think shouldn't have got traded. He's probably somewhere hanging out. So we're always in the trade market. Just come holler at us.
Have you had a trade maybe this cycle where you go back and you look, man, I should have never done that?
Man, I knew this was coming. R.I.P. Bruce, man. R.I.P. Bruce. I still got Chubb up on the wall. I still got Kinlaw up on the wall. We still cry tears every time we catch them on the stream, man. Because if we had those guys, man, especially Kinlaw, we probably would have did a little bit something different in the drafts. But hey, I'm an old head here now. I made a mistake. We had to bounce back. It is what it is. Yeah. That's obviously the trade that kind of broke the camel's back there.
How long does it take to bounce back on the field from something like that when you lose arguably 2 of your best players because of a mistake you made?
To be completely honest, I don't think I ever have truly completely bounced back. The first 2 seasons of the cycle, I made it to the NFC Championship game and haven't been back yet. Even missed the playoffs after that first year after I made that trade. So, terrible GM move. Yeah, I haven't bounced back from it yet. Let's just leave it at that, I guess.
All right, you come out the bye week. You had the Falcons today. You get a W versus Nasty Noob. A close game where, again, your offense really didn't play very well, but your defense bails you out again because they are just a monster group on that side of the football. Let's look. You got the Colts in Indianapolis coming up. Then you got to go see King Vitamin and the Seahawks before you come back for another division game. Do you feel like at some point this offense better start clicking as you start playing some of these guys in this second half of this season?
Man, if it doesn't, we'll be having an early exit in the playoffs again. We have to get it together especially against the Seahawks, man. He's built a great roster. He ain't getting his little flip on no more, and he's still doing his thing. So gotta respect that guy over there. And the NFC period. I know Ambro's kind of been running it for a while.
Hey, we don't say that. We say user.
Oh.
On the bye week, sir.
Oh, my bad. I forgot.
Okay.
The user is like Voldemort. You can't say his name on the show. My bad. But the user, you gotta respect my man over there, man. He's been doing work, but at the same time, I think the NFC is a little more competitive than people think. Mm-hmm. I'm just excited to have the opportunity to get back and see what we can do, as long as we can avoid some more crazy penalties, self-imposed. So we'll see what happens.
I definitely think the user is still the number 1 guy, maybe in the entire dynasty. But I think the gap has gotten a little bit closer when you got guys like Niner Tom and Addy, Bruce, Bus is making those kind of moves. You can never count out King Vitamin. But definitely he's still at the top, and I think we're all chasing that legacy at this point that he has. But
yeah.
Bruce, when you look at your schedule, do you really look outside of maybe King Vitamin and the Seahawks? Do you feel like there's a tough game left? Or do you feel like this 49ers team could run the table?
To be honest, with us getting that second place schedule, I really do think that we could probably run the table the rest of the way out. Vitamin is the big dog. He's been winning the division the past 2 years, so he's got the crown. We're going to try to snatch it off his damn head, though. So here we go.
Is there a trap game in there maybe versus, I don't know, Flair or King Solomon and his equipment guru style? Or you also got Schemer coming up, and you can never know what those Titans are going to do. Is there a trap game you look at and go, okay, I got to make sure? Even today with the Falcons, you said before the game, man, this is a trap game for me as I come out this bye week. But do you see another one on the schedule that scares you?
Yeah, just to touch on that for sure. Got to give props to Nuke, man. Whenever I play him, he always plays me tough. I knew it was a trap game for me. But to answer the rest of your question about my schedule, I think the Colts is a trap game. Randy, when he shows up to play and he's locked in, man, he can ball. He's built a nice team over there. Definitely Schemer. When Schemer decides to use her on offense, he's real tough. But you just never know. Other than that, no, I haven't really had but one close game with Solomon in 2 or 3 cycles. So not real worried about that game. I don't really see that one as a trap game. But I see possibly maybe those on the Seahawks games are games where I'm really, really, really worried about. To finish out the year.
Does Bruce win this division?
Yes, I won it this year. I'm back. We ready. We built for it.
So do we see Bruce make a deep run in the playoffs with these 49ers, finally getting back to maybe hanging the banner?
I think we can make it. I think we're in the position to, with the roster the way it is right now, this will probably be the best year for us to get back. I'm realistic with myself, though. I think I can see myself making it to the NFC Ship. I was the only person last year to beat the user in Green Bay. So, I think that I kind of can compete with him here or there. But, when you're playing against him, he gets so much stuff. And he's such a good user on top of that. And he's always got a rabbit's foot in his back pocket. So his luck on top of his skill, it's rough, man.
Yeah.
But I can see myself making a run in the NFC Ship. For sure, though. Realistic expectations.
How bad do you want to hang that second banner?
So bad, man. I've been now in 4 or 5 Super Bowls. And like I said, I won my first one I was in, my second season being here. I've had some pretty good teams. Some of my best teams, though, I think I end up getting upset with, or just don't come with it, man. I gotta start watching some more streams and getting my bag on offense, man. That's what's holding me back. If I can figure that out, be a pretty tough out for anybody in the league.
If you had to make one change for your roster today, and it didn't matter who the person was, this person from any other team in the Dynasty could come to the 49ers right now that you feel puts you over the top, who is that player in the Dynasty?
Man, just give me a Vitamins running back. Give me Vitamins running back. It's something Duke. It's something Duke. He's got spin cycle. He's got 95 speed. He's young, and he is a home run hitter. I think if we had that, I had a trade fall apart for Jonathan Taylor with the Colts, and Flair got him. So RIP his career over there in Los Angeles. But if I had to pick one, I'd have to say the Seahawks running back for sure.
Stephen Duke out of Oklahoma for the Seahawks, 95 speed, 92 excel. He is a monster. I'm a little surprised, Bruce, that you didn't pick a quarterback knowing the struggles you've had with Mr. Carson Wentz. Do you feel like part of those issues with Carson is on the user and you're going to turn that around?
Yeah, it's definitely part of it. I think it's 50-50. 50-50, he just sucks, and 50-50, I suck at times. So, It would be nice to have one of those guys like old Dakota Prescott over there.
Well, you know what? If you need Dakota Rain Prescott, you just hit the DM and we'll figure something out.
All right, now the office is open always, so ain't nothing but a thing.
Ain't nothing but a thing. He's in a contract year, so you'd have to re-sign him. But he is Dynasty. Dakota is on the board. If you need a QB, hit your boy Expert up. All right, Bruce. Do you win a Super Bowl this year in this cycle? Before we get to Madden 22 or NCAA 22, whatever we go to, do you win a Super Bowl?
You know, my team, yeah, I'm gonna say yeah. I'm gonna say I think we can get to one, and I think we can win one. But I'm a realist, man. A lot of stuff has to change before that happens. I don't think it happens this year. I think we can make NFC ship. Don't think we can win the whole thing this year. But we'll see. You know, one game at a time.
One game at a time. We love the honesty. All right, Bruce, anything you got for the Dynasty before you get out of here? Tell your division mates they've already lost the division. Whatever you want to say to the group, the mic is yours.
I appreciate it. So, hey, this is your administrative assistant, your secretary, BGZ, man, checking in on these games. Hey, appreciate the DML. Think we got some great additions to the brotherhood, getting those games in, knocking them out. Let's cut down on the violations and the penalties a little bit. Just, you know what I'm saying? Let's really check what we got going. But, hey, we got the best speed in the league with advancing. Guys doing what they need to do. It's enjoyable. Keep the trash talk up. Just one more public service announcement. Anybody that wants to join the party chat, y'all can come hop in there. Y'all come hop in there. It's open, man. Don't subtweet. Don't talk. Hey, don't call each other. Just pull up. If y'all want to talk noise, come in there. We're going to talk noise. We're going to have a good time. That's all it is. It ain't an exclusive group.
At the end of the day, it's all love. Just bring your alligator skin because nobody is safe. Nobody is safe, but it is definitely open. All right, Bruce. Appreciate you jumping on, taking time out of your Saturday to jump on the show and be a part of the bye week, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me. The Nigerian scammer out.
All right, guys. On behalf of the DML Network, it's your boy Expert, and we gone.